All right. Well, thank you again for agreeing to meet with me today. I really want to learn a little bit more about the structure of your family and kind of the roles that each of you play. Ricky, can we start with you? You want to go ahead and tell me kind of what you do in the house and kind of what your role is in the family?
So I am primarily in charge of running the household by keeping the house clean, taking care of the kids primarily, um, grocery shopping, errands, but, running the household. I also have a part-time job where I get to primarily work from home so that, we can go out and do the things we enjoy doing when my husband has time off.
Okay. So it sounds like you're pretty much in charge around here as far as like doing a lot of the stuff to keep the house put together and keeping the kids taken care of and everything, keeping the kids alive, right? That's important. But then you also have a part-time job, and that income helps supplement for when you guys want to go out and do fun stuff and everything like that. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Ryan, what is your role?
Um, I work full time, so I would say that my primary role is working full time to maintain our actual bills, keeping our payments for our vehicle insurance and rent, stuff like that. So, other than that, I also take care of the outside of the house as far as cutting the grass and taking the trash out and stuff like that. And then I work in where I can with taking care of the kids and stuff.
So you kind of fill in as needed around the house.
Yeah, because my work schedule is hectic. I work 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days off, and then 3 days on, 3 days off.
A 3-2-2-3.
Yes.
Okay, I think I've heard of that schedule somewhere before.
Yes.
So, Ricky, you said Ryan kind of helps out as needed around the house. Tell me how that kind of works. What does that look like?
So when he works days, what normally happens is he gets home right around the time I'm either starting or finishing up dinner, depending on what's been going on with the kids. And if I'm still cooking, he'll either just kind of help distract the kids or start getting the table set when he gets home until dinner's ready. Or if I haven't started yet and it's something that he, I want to say knows how to cook, because the only thing that he doesn't really cook is fish, because that's kind of my thing. But he will take over cooking dinner because he is a faster, better cook than I am. I'm not a big cook. I cook because I have to, not because I want to or I'm very good at it. So if he has the opportunity to cook, he usually will do that for us. And then after dinner, he does clear the table, put away leftovers while I get the girls ready for bath time, and then he'll either help get the girls' rooms ready while I give the girls a bath, or he'll give the girls a bath while I do that. We usually take turns.
Is there ever any sort of conflict in that process?
Yeah, sometimes I feel
Go ahead, keep talking.
like, that, there are times, especially on his days off, that, he'll kind of take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have work, and instead of realizing that not that he doesn't realize that there's things around the house to do, but he just wants to relax. Like, he'll sit and play on his phone for long periods of time when, I'm trying to pick stuff up and take care of kids, and there's, kids that are whining or, frustrated because they want attention, and I'm trying to get other stuff done. He's on his phone. So that can be very frustrating at times.
Ryan, Ricky just expressed that on your days off, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that it sounds like you like to take advantage of that time. That's obviously your day off, your time, and maybe things aren't necessarily getting done as they should be, or as Ricky would like them to be. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like when I have an off day, like I want to use my off day because when I work 15, sometimes 16 hours a day.
Okay.
So that's a lot more than most people do, in my opinion. I'm up at 4 in the morning, and I'm up at 4 in the morning and out of the house by 4:15, and then I don't get home till 6:37 sometimes even later than that. And so when I have my off days, I take advantage of them as much as I can, and sometimes that causes issues. So.
What's an example, like if you had an issue recently? So let's kind of look at, maybe today's your off day. Let's pretend today's your off day right now, and you're around the house, right? Not doing anything, kind of hanging out, enjoying yourself. And Ricky, you need some stuff to be done, right? You need dishes to be washed, or you need help with the kids. How much you communicate that to Ryan?
I guess it would depend on my mood. I would say a lot of the times I would just be like, hey, can you do this for me or whatever. But there are a lot of times where, like, you know, if I've had a long week or the girls have been, you know, especially needy that day, that I might be a little bit sarcastic and passive aggressive and might be like, hey, Ryan, what's going on with your phone? Or, hey, it's nice that you're spending all this time with your kids.
Right.
Or something like that, depending on how frustrated I am that day.
Okay. So sometimes you're able to communicate it, and then other times you're a little more passive-aggressive with your response to him being on his phone.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's happening with you when she's, can you tell me how you feel otherwise? Like if she were to ask you, what's your response? And then if she's being a little more passive-aggressive, what does your response look like?
I mean, usually if we have like a game plan of what we're doing, I'm pretty spot on with it. But like, if there's no plan for the day, like off days when like she's got shirts, like most of the time, like okay, there's no plan, so I'm just gonna chill out. So those days, I think she sometimes expects me to just go do stuff without like, but if there's no task, like then I'm just gonna chill out. So sometimes when she makes passive like says things passively to me, then I just blow it off because like that's not, I mean, like we're both like that, but we don't we both also know that we don't respond well to it, so it's one of those things.
So would you describe this kind of like a circular pattern a little bit, as far as she says passive thing to you, you're going to blow her off, the task isn't going to get done, and then you continue to be frustrated because the task isn't getting done?
Sometimes he'll just say something passive-aggressive back, and then we just kind of passive-aggressively say things to each other until it either turns into a fight or one of us just gives up and walks away, and we...
So I want to do a quick enactment here, if you'll allow me to do that. Ryan, I want you to get on your phone, okay? It's your off day. You're enjoying some time, relaxing. Ricky, you have some things that need to be done around the house. Okay, so how are you going to communicate that to Ryan? What would that look like?
Hey, Ryan, what you doing on your phone?
Monograms.
Oh, okay. Well, it'd be nice if you spent some time with your kids, maybe. And then I would probably walk away because I'm being a jerk.
Okay.
And I know I'm being a jerk, but I'm probably frustrated that he's playing on his phone instead of playing with his kids while I'm trying to get stuff done.
Right. Okay. And so you know now, right? She's communicated that to you. You know that she wants something done, right? And but you don't like the way that she maybe communicated that to you.
Yeah.
So you usually
I usually just either continue what I'm doing or I'll move closer to the kids with my phone.
Okay. Okay. So
or he'll lay on the floor and play on his phone so that he's down by his kids, but he's not actually actively playing with them.
Not engaging with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to find a different way to get through to Ryan, or to speak with Ryan about what you need done, how might you communicate that differently?
I guess if it were me, I would rather someone come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm trying to get XYZ done. Would you mind taking the girls outside and playing ball with them while I did X, Y, and Z? Or would you want to throw the girls in the stroller and take them for a walk for, 20 minutes just so I can do a quick vacuum of the house?"
Because you need a break too, right?
Right.
Or you may need time yourself, right?
Yeah, just to get some stuff done. And I know I shouldn't I think sometimes the frustration comes, like, I shouldn't have to sit there and tell him what to do with his own kids in order for him to do it. I feel like he should just be like, he should just do it, But I also, I guess, when you're just trying to relax and decompress, you don't really think of it that way. You just think, hey, I'm just relaxing and it's a relaxing day.
Right. But, and as you expressed earlier, maybe that's kind of frustrating for you because you don't necessarily get a day off.
Right. So I'm constantly, my time off is sleeping or after the kids go to bed for the night. That's when I get to relax, but usually it's not until after I've done dishes or finished ironing shirts or whatever else. Like even now. But if I tried to give her to him right now, she probably would throw a fit because she's teething bad. So, and they're just both so used to me constantly that when they're like in a bad mood,
right?
There's no.
So it's helpful for you to, they are used to you, but sometimes it's helpful for Ryan to be involved with them as well.
Yeah. So especially like the more he interacts with them, the more he will be able to help me, and it won't be like, well, I'm trying to help you, but they don't want me,
right?
Because that's not really helpful if he's trying to help me and then they're both like, no, we don't want you.
Right. Ryan, what do you think about what Ricky's saying?
I mean, I understand it, but like you said, I know how to take care of my kids. It's just I don't. If it's a day where we're like sitting here vegging, and then I'm gonna want to veg. So
now she had mentioned a way that she could communicate to you that she may need help with the kids or she may need assistance. How do you think you would respond to that? If you were on your phone and say instead of the passive-aggressive reenactment that you guys did, if she came to you and said it in a more positive way?
Then I would help her. Like, if I know something needs to get done, then
you're going to do it.
I'll do it. But, I mean, if it's just an off day, like I said, I work a lot. I don't like my job. And a lot of the frustration and all this comes from is, like, I understand that what she does, her part in the family, but at the end of the day, like, she's still in her comfort zone. She's home. She can stop and take a breather and relax when she wants to. And even though, like, yes, she is working because she's taking care of the kids, and that is a job, it's not one that she's doing unwillingly. Like, I don't enjoy what I do for work, so it makes it hard to do it willingly. So I go somewhere for 15 hours a day, and I work there, and then I come home, and I'm willing to help with my family, but like at the same time, I just got done working 15 hours somewhere where I was not content at all, and uncomfortable, and hot, and miserable, and having to deal with people that I don't want to deal with. So it's nice when I have a day off if I could just sometimes get that time to myself a little bit. But like, we have small kids and I get that, but sometimes like if I see an opportunity, I take advantage of it, and sometimes maybe I take too much of advantage of it. But I mean, I have a very busy schedule, so not that justifies my behavior.
Right. And so what I hear you're saying is that you're at a job you don't like, and that makes it really hard to go there, obviously. And when you come home, maybe this is sort of like your safe haven, and this is a place where you feel like you just want to be able to relax because you've been out working hard all day.
Yep.
Right? And Ricky, I think you kind of alluded to the fact that he does work. He does have a hard day at work, and that's stressful for him. And so you kind of acknowledge that he does need that time to unwind.
Yeah, and I understand that, like, every job that I do, it's not like taking care of my kids isn't like something I dislike doing or I don't want to do, and everything else I don't mind. Like, cleaning doesn't bother me. Everything else I do doesn't really bother me. Like his job, like I know he hates what he does currently, so I try and be sympathetic towards that. Like, even though I would say I'm, like, in terms of a 24-hour period, I may be busier. It's not busier with stuff that I don't want to do, per se, where he's, at work during those set times, doing stuff he doesn't want to do, and when he comes home, he gets to relax maybe a little bit more than I do, but I do understand that it's also because, I understand that. It's his per minute spending time working is more stressful than my per minute stress working. I completely acknowledge that. Like, I get to be home with their kids. I get to see most of their firsts and all that other stuff, and so I understand it's kind of like a give and take. Like, I'm maybe more busy, but it's also not like stressful busy. It's more like busy work busy. I guess that's a good way of putting it.
Right. Okay. So you're doing a lot of busy work, but you also get to enjoy a lot of the moments and be with the kids and do all that stuff.
Yeah, like if it's a nice day and I decide like, hey, I planned on doing this today, but it's nice out, so I can put it off until this day and go play with my kids. Like, I can do that. He can't do that.
Right.
He's at work. He's working.
Okay.
So I understand that, like, maybe that requires more, like, hey, I have the day off. I just want to decompress. Maybe sometimes I wish part of his decompressing included playing with the kids. And I think, actually, recently, in the past couple of weeks, we've kind of found something that he does enjoy doing. The past couple of weeks, he's been taking Dakota to swimming once a week, just the two of them.
That's
and
awesome.
I think that's been...
Do you feel like that helps you decompress a little bit?
Yeah, it's nice.
Cool. Okay. So maybe I'm seeing that there maybe needs to be a little bit of balance as far as you taking time for you, taking time for the kids, taking time for Ricky. And in what ways do you think you guys could better implement that?
I think maybe for him, maybe instead of me just expecting him to come up with all these grandiose plans and stuff like that on his off days when he just wants to relax, maybe the night before being like, hey, what do you think about what do you want to do tomorrow? Do you want to go do something with the girls while I do what I have to do? Or, maybe planning it out better with him so that he has more of a schedule in his mind. And then including in that, a couple, especially on his off days, giving him a couple hours, maybe while the girls nap, to go and do his own thing, like go for a bike ride or go to the gym or go do something so he doesn't feel like I'm constantly on top of him, that he has to be doing stuff all the time, giving him his own alone time.
Absolutely. Ryan, do you think that if you knew it was one of your off days and you knew you were going to need that additional time, maybe it's been a stressful week at work, how might you communicate that to Ricky? And say, hey, I need some additional time. It's been stressful. I want to be able to help you out with some of the things that you need done, but I need X amount of time.
Yeah, I guess I could just communicate that when I got home and just let her know that I've had a rough work set. Because, like I said, I work 2 days and I'm off 2 days. And then I work 2 days and then I'm off 3 days. So, like, I only work half of the month. I only work 15 days out of 30 days, really. But in that 15 days, there are 15 to 16-hour days every day, so it's a lot. But I do have a lot of off time, and when we do our 3 days, we usually get a lot done. It's usually the 2 days where like it's a quick turnaround, and I'm back at work again. So like those days are usually a little rougher for me because I just want to like chill out and not really do much of anything besides the minimal, which is taking care of the kids to me. Like that's what I want to do. I don't want to worry about yard work or worry about housework. I just want to kind of relax, maybe go do something with the kids. But other than that, I don't really want to do much. And so I guess I could be better about communicating like, hey, instead of like making a bunch of plans for this week, or let's just kind of chill out. Like a lot of the stuff that we worry about in our off time that we have together is focused around something else, task driven, and it doesn't need to be, because a lot of the stuff will probably get put off.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So if you're saying if you communicated that a little bit better and kind of let her know, hey, let's put some of that task driven stuff aside. I just want to relax today, and I kind of need that time to unwind. Do you think she would be receptive to that?
Yeah.
Ricky, do you feel like you'd be receptive to that if that communication sort of happened there?
I would say most of the time yes, but if we were like, if let's say I was really behind on housework because I had a rough week, and he just wanted to lounge around the house for a whole day, I think I would be a little. To be honest, it would be very frustrating for. I would have a hard time being able to relax, knowing that there's stuff I needed to do around the house and I wasn't doing it, even if it meant relaxing. So I think maybe striking a compromise of, yeah, we'll wake up, we'll have a lazy afternoon, and maybe while the girls nap, we'll knock out what we need to do real quick, and then we can go back to relaxing as a family. Because we do have a pretty decent, we have like 2 hours while the girls nap on his off days where he could either have his alone time then, if we decide we're going to do stuff with the girls during the day, or that could be our time to, hey, while we have the chance and we're not chasing kids, let's quickly do, 2 or 3 things, and then when the girls wake up, we can take them in the back and fill up the pool and just chill.
Yeah.
So, I think it would. I have a hard time not doing anything for the day anymore, because then I just know that I'm just gonna have to do it the next day, and then it just piles up. So it's very hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna relax and not do anything today.
Right.
I think that might also be like a personal thing, like. I need to work on is just like being able to just be like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna get done, just chill.
So, but you kind of want to structure it to where you can say, hey, we can chill and get the stuff done that we need to get done.
Right.
Okay. Well, can you communicate that to Ryan for me? On how you would like to see
on how I would
off
say
days
it?
go? Yeah.
Think on your off days, depending on your mood, you just wanted to have a chill day, would it be okay if we just chilled while the girls were awake, and then maybe while they took a nap, just took a half hour to an hour of that nap time to, do 1 or 2 things around the house, so I would feel like we got something done and I wouldn't be so anxious.
That could be accomplished.
Does that sound good? Okay. Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you both for meeting with me, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Did it record those?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, you're keeping like crazy, girlfriend.